Tony D and Little Joan somewhere in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Montreal girls about girls from Montreal, and you know what they say about them. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 11. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. This is being billed as a romance movie. It's kind of that. It feels a little bit more like a coming of age movie to some extent. Because you got a young guy in medical school, falls in love with a girl who is wild, manages bands, kisses other girls. She's from Montreal. She's crazy. And everybody's telling him, she's playing you, man. Don't get involved with those Montreal girls. She has a line where she says, "You don't own me. No one owns me." I think that her former boyfriend beats the guy up. I'm not sure if it's the same guy or not. Looks like him though. Yeah, it looks like he drags her off of her while he's going down on her. And then he ends up making out with this girl, I guess, at some point. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's got a good soundtrack. It's got a good sort of young vibe. So, it doesn't really connect with me because I don't really know what the deal is with Montreal girls, but it feels like it has a bit of a layering to it for a movie like this. Does he end up with the girl? Does he not? Nah, I'm not sure. Not sure on this. But there's a lot of Canadian actors in it who apparently have names. Let's see. Who wrote this thing? Written by Patricia Chika and Kamal John Oskander and directed by Patricia Chika. Okay. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these actors or actresses. It seems okay. It's got a good vibe to it. I kind of dig the vibe. Patricia Chika also co-produced it. So I think it feels like it's on the mark, even though I don't know what the mark is. Right? Feels very detailed for this era of young people in Montreal. Feels like it's going somewhere, but beyond that, I can't say. So, first act, probably he's a young medical doctor, kind of bored with his life, or he's going to be a medical doctor, kind of bored with his life. Here he is in class. He's got some friends, and one night he goes out, and he's introduced to super hot chick, super hot wild girl, and he is smitten. He is smitten. Ends up making out with her, can't get her off his mind. Ends up with both of them, maybe? I don't know. There's like a three-way thing going. And can't get her off his mind. So he pursues her. She is amused by him in the second act and entertains him somewhat, but his friends all warn him, nah, this girl, don't. Ends up messing around with her, gets beaten up by her current boyfriend or one of her boyfriends. At some point, is on its own and just starts making out with some random girl at the bar, I guess. I don't know what that's all about. I guess that's supposed to be funny. But he's in love with her. He pursues her despite all the warning signs, all the red flags. She's nuts. She takes drugs. She's a wild girl. Climax of the movie, probably that he has to fight her ex and, I don't know, prove himself to her. And then does, and I don't know, he ends up with the girl. I mean, that would be the sort of generic way to end it. He ends up with the girl. Another way to end it would be that he doesn't end up with her. He realizes she's out of her mind and has too many red flags, but that this was a moment in his life to learn that. Um, you know, another way it could end is he ends up with her, but she's still totally independent and gets the bang guys on the side. That would be a horrible ending. I'd hate that. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards probably, if I don't see a lot of romance movies, but if I saw one, this would be the kind I would see. I like the soundtrack. Kind of got a driving beat. Really no other data here. It looks fun. I don't know. I didn't get one laugh out of it, which kind of worries me because I would expect a movie like this to have at least some laughs in it. It's directed by a woman, so I'm worried that it's going to delve into feelings and it's not going to be as fun. It may wallow in that, but I'm not seeing that in the trailer, so maybe not. But Montreal, they're French. I don't know. French filmmakers are often very weird, and they make these movies that just sort of end, which I kind of don't like. I kind of hate French cinema, but if this takes from that, I don't think that would be a good thing. But I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing any of the normal red flags that would make me go, I don't want to see this thing. It seems like a fun, upbeat movie. So maybe it ends very positively. Maybe it ends with him winning the gorgeous girl, and they go off and become a thing. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I'm a bit on the fence. I don't know. I need more data, I guess. Would I recommend it? Well, if you like romance movies, I think it looks well made. It looks quick. It looks well paced. And I like movies that are well paced because they don't feel like a million years when you're watching them, even if they're long. I would assume this is probably a tight 90, but you know, it's more of a low budget thing. It's got a lot of names in it. I'm guessing that whoever made this movie has connections in the Montreal scene. And I know a tiny bit about the Montreal scene, at least from a few years ago. And there, at one point, were a lot of actors up there. So maybe this is like the next generation coming up. And they all got dragged into this movie. And it's kind of cool to see them all. If you're a Montreal person, if you're a Canadian and you know all these names, would be my guess. I don't know, Canucks, you tell me. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan somewhere in the background. Thanks for coming out tonight at the Cassiano's, at the food truck thing in Hamilton, New Jersey. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Sat in the sun a little too long, so I'm a little punchy. But I sold a lot of books, and that was nice. A lot of people were eating food and running from one food truck to the next, so they couldn't buy a book, but they took a card and they were all like, oh, I'm gonna buy. One woman actually ordered the book right in front of me on her phone, which is kind of cool. Never expected that back in the day. So thank you all for coming out. The next thing isn't until next weekend. I'll be at the Philadelphia Comic-Con on June 18th, so look for that. That's the next one. And then after that, a bunch of other stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.